You open your terminal, type a single sentence, and hit enter. Within minutes, a deliverable, high-fidelity design asset lands on your local drive. There are no menus to navigate and no panels to toggle. This is the trajectory of Huashu Design. It pulled in 4,900 stars and nearly 800 forks in less than a week. This growth is driven by a stark promise. It eliminates the need for Figma, After Effects, or any other traditional graphic user interface. It represents a departure from how we think about design, treating the visual output as the result of a pure command line execution. Every developer eventually hits the same wall. You're in the middle of a build and you suddenly need a UI prototype, a feature animation, or a slide deck to show off your progress. The legacy option is to open a specialized tool like Figma, a space most engineers find confusing and cumbersome to navigate. If you try a basic AI generator instead, you usually get back unusable purple gradient emoji-heavy slop. It looks like AI, but it doesn't look like a product. This broken toolchain forces you to choose between a steep learning curve in a designer's tool or settling for garbage output from a generic model. The problem isn't that engineers lack design sense, it's that they are using tools designed for a completely different workflow. Huashu Design stays grounded through 20 built-in design philosophies. These are mapped across 5 specific schools of design to ensure strict adherence to aesthetic rules. It acts like a junior designer, showing its assumptions and placeholders early, before it starts the heavy lifting, catching errors before time is wasted. This is the Brand Asset Protocol, a 5-step data flow preventing AI from hallucinating brand colors. It actively scrapes official URLs to pull data directly from the source. It greps exact hex values from downloaded SVG files, locking them into a strict brand specification file. After the design is generated, a secondary system grades the work across 5 dimensions to ensure it meets a professional standard. By acting as a rigid compiler that enforces engineering constraints on design choices, the tool removes the randomness typically associated with AI design. This reliability is built on 2 major technical components, starting with a library called HTML to pptx.js. Instead of taking a screenshot, it reads the computed CSS styles directly from the DOM and maps them onto a wireframe slide layout. This produces a fully editable PowerPoint file. Because the text boxes are functional objects rather than static pixels, you can still make manual adjustments after the export. For motion, the tool uses a stage and sprite temporal model. A single CLI command triggers the engine to export a 60 frames per second interpolated MP4 file, complete with background music. The value of this system lies in its ability to output native structural formats, turning your prompts into functional code and editable project files. Despite its power, the creator is honest about the tool's limits, labeling it an 80-point skill rather than a finished product. It isn't a replacement for every tool. It cannot handle 3D rendering, particle systems, or layer-level editing inside Figma. Data shows that quality scores drop significantly if you don't provide specific brand assets. Without that context, the AI falls back on generalized patterns. There is also a gap between the agent-agnostic marketing and how the tool actually performs across different environments. Users have reported significant integration hurdles with the Gemini CLI and Codex. It's a reminder that even the most promising tools have friction points in the real world. But for a developer, these boundaries make the tool trustworthy. You know exactly what it can do and exactly where it will fail. The creator, Huasheng, built this by reverse engineering the system prompts from Anthropic's Claude Design. While Claude Design aims to build a better graphic interface, Huasheng's philosophy is to make the interface disappear entirely. If you want to see which tools are actually worth adding to your workflow, subscribe. We review new developer tools every week. Next, we're looking at the growing ecosystem of AI agent skills and how they are changing the local development environment. The terminal has always been the engineer's primary workspace. Now it's becoming their primary design studio as well. The important question isn't whether graphic design tools will survive, it's whether developers will ever feel the need to open them again.